Hello, fellow beer lovers, and welcome to my second review, me, Dalton. And for this review, I'm going to be looking at the Left Coast Brewing Co. It's the Wedge. It's black IPA. It's on 7.2%, so it's not huge alcohol, but it's still pretty high. I've never actually heard anything about this, and I've never had anything from Left Coast, but I was shopping around and I saw this. It caught my interest, so I decided to review it. So let's get it cracked open. All right, so I got it poured. I let the head settle a little bit because it generated a huge head, but it's dissipating pretty quickly. Some real large bubbles in there. You know, when I poured it, I had maybe a 4-finger tan beige looking head. Now it's at about 2 fingers. Appearance. It's extremely dark. It's got a little bit of color right around the bottom, kind of a caramely roast brown color. It looks nice. The head's dissipating really quickly, which, I mean, is more characteristic of an IPA. So, it, you know, the black IPA, I guess it makes sense. But on appearance, it's nothing too special. But I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. So let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Smells nice. It's got sort of that old IPA smell to it. I have absolutely no idea how fresh this bottle is, so it's possible it could have aged for a while. So it's kind of coming to that sort of toffee candy sweetness and the aroma. There's still a bit of hops in the background, quite a bit of bitterness in there. Nothing too aggressive. Actually, when I was pouring it, you could kind of smell it. So the aroma's pretty apparent. It's pretty, you know, strong overall aroma, which is nice. Maybe a touch of dark fruit sweetness in there. That's about it. It's not a terribly complex beer. But for aroma right now, I'm going to go with another 7 out of 10. So, my favorite part, let's give it a taste. That's pretty tasty. This is actually my first black IPA, so I don't have anything to really go off of. It's kind of a learning experience. But in the taste, it definitely tastes more like an IPA right up front. It's still pretty bitter. It's pretty big. It's not an aggressive bitterness. It's sort of a deeper bitterness that you would get from a stout, only intensified. It fades into a really dark roasted coffee note. A light mouthfeel. Well carbonated. A little hint of dark chocolate. A little bit of that malt sweetness. It's not as apparent in the taste as it is in the aroma, which is actually good. But this is a pretty tasty beer. I like this. And if you haven't had a black IPA, but you like stouts and IPAs, I think it's definitely something you should check out because it's sort of just like the two got together and had a baby. But I'm impressed actually. For a beer that I had absolutely no previous knowledge of, this is pretty well. You don't get any alcohol bite, which is nice. It's hidden very well. So for the Left Coast Brewing Wedge black IPA, I'm going to give this one an 8.25. So it's a pretty tasty beer. I'd like to try it fresh because I have no idea how old this bottle is, but from the aroma, it smelled, the malt character was a little strange. It smelled like it's maybe aged a little bit. But otherwise, it's a pretty good beer. So For overall value on this one, I think this ran $5.99 for the bomber originally. I got it at a discount. They took like $1. No, they took $2 off. So I paid $3.99 for this. I think it originally went for $5.99. It's a little expensive for a bomber, but it's still a pretty good beer. So overall value, I'm gonna go with a 7.5. I'm glad I only paid as much as I did for it. Otherwise, I think it might be a little expensive for what I'm getting. But let me know what you guys think of it. If you've ever had this. This is my first Left Coast, but it's still a tasty beer. I like it. I do have a Facebook page like that, and otherwise I'll see you guys in another beer review. Cheers.